The world is changing faster than ever, but with all that change comes incredible opportunity. So today, we're going to cut through all the noise and give you a blueprint for 10 ideas that are truly built for the future. We've got 9 specific startup models designed for 2026 and beyond, plus one universal launchpad that ties them all together. If you're ready to build something that's going to last, let's jump right in. Okay, so this is the big one, right? The question every single aspiring entrepreneur is asking: where are the real opportunities hiding? Look, this isn't about guesswork. It's about understanding which way the wind is blowing and putting your sail up to catch it. It's about meeting the world where it's going, not where it's been. And the world is being reshaped at a crazy pace. You've got these 3 massive forces: artificial intelligence, the huge push for sustainability, and the fact that pretty much everything is going digital. Now, you could look at that and see disruption, but that's the wrong way to see it. This shift, this is your single biggest opportunity to build something new. So let's start by looking at this shifting landscape. Because if you really want to understand where the opportunities are, you first have to understand the major trends that are creating them. Change is where the magic happens. Here they are. It really boils down to these 5 huge forces. You've got AI getting baked into literally everything. Services moving online. A massive consumer demand for green, sustainable products. A growing awareness of our climate. And, of course, the new normal of remote work. These 5 things, they are the bedrock for every single future-proof business we're about to explore. All right, let's get into our first batch of ideas. These are all about tech-driven opportunities. And really, it's about harnessing the raw power of innovation to solve very real modern problems. First on the list, the AI Automation Agency. Now, the real play here isn't about building some brand new AI from scratch. No, the opportunity is what we call the last mile. You become the essential guide who takes existing AI tools, chatbots, workflow automators, and customizes them for small businesses that just don't have a big tech team. That's where the real value is created. Okay, now this is really interesting. Just look at that startup cost. For such a high earning potential, it's kind of mind-blowing. Every business out there needs a constant fire hose of content. So if you can master tools like Midjourney for images or 11 Labs for voiceovers, you can produce amazing creative work at a speed and price that old-school agencies just can't compete with. Your most valuable skill here becomes taste, curation, and creative direction. Man, the need for this is just exploding. I mean, think about it. As our entire world goes digital, cyber threats are just surging. And you know who the biggest targets are? Small and medium-sized businesses. They're the most vulnerable. With the right skills, your company could become the essential shield that businesses like local banks, e-commerce shops, and even hospitals are desperate for. You could even start small by specializing in just one thing, like securing Shopify stores. This one, wow. This business solves a huge, real-world problem. You're giving families, especially those in rural areas or places without many doctors, direct access to specialists. The tech is part of it, for sure, but your real edge comes from building a brand people trust and figuring out the complex regulations to connect doctors with patients in a safe, efficient way. That's the real moat around this business. Okay, let's shift gears. We're moving on to our next set of ideas. And these all build on 2 other massive trends: this growing global consciousness around sustainability and the incredible power of connecting across borders. With governments all over the world banning single-use plastics, launching a green brand isn't just a nice-to-have idea anymore. It's a market necessity. But here's the key. Success isn't just about the product. It's about building a totally transparent brand story around your supply chain. Authenticity and being super clear about your impact, those are going to be your most powerful marketing tools. I mean, why would you limit yourself to just a local market? The huge advantage here is earning in stronger currencies like dollars or euros by tapping into that consistent demand from the US and Europe. The real skill, though, is becoming a master of the complex stuff: international logistics, currency exchange, and marketing that actually resonates in different cultures. If you can solve those problems, that's what separates the amateurs from the pros. And this idea is just brilliant. It shows how you can tackle enormous issues like climate change with a very local business. Hydroponics uses something like 90% less water than traditional farming, and you can set it up pretty much anywhere. So don't just think of this as farming. Think of it as a real estate and logistics business. You're finding unused spaces in cities to build a super local, fresh food supply for nearby restaurants and homes. All right, our last category of ideas. These are all about the digital service boom, taking what you already know, your expertise, and packaging it into a business. The best part? These have incredibly low overhead and just massive potential to scale. The demand for learning online is absolutely massive. But let's be honest, the market is also pretty crowded. So here's the secret to winning. You don't teach a broad topic like marketing. No, you teach a super specific, practical skill, like how to run TikTok ads for local coffee shops. You see the difference? You have to niche down, solve a very specific, painful problem for someone, and you can build an asset that makes you money for years. This one is such a fantastic niche. It's our final business model, and it's a smart one. Instead of being just another general digital marketer, you stand out because you specialize. You focus on helping local producers go global. These businesses, they have a great product, but they often have no idea how to do international SEO or branding or how to reach buyers overseas. You become their bridge to the entire world market. So, we've got all these ideas on the table. And you're probably thinking, okay, this is great, but how do I actually start? And honestly, that is the single most important question you can ask. So we've talked about 9 specific business models, but this is the 10th idea and maybe the most important one. It's a universal launchpad for starting any of them. Step 1, develop the skills people are actually paying for. Step 2, prove you can do it with a portfolio or some case studies. Step 3, turn your skills into a clear, sellable service package. And step 4, market and network like your life depends on it. Every single one of these businesses starts right here with these 4 steps. And this quote really sums it all up, doesn't it? It's not about having some magic crystal ball. It's about seeing the trends, getting the right skills under your belt, and just being prepared to meet the future head-on. It's all about preparation and action. You know, the future really does belong to the people who take action. We've laid out the map. We've shown you where the opportunities are popping up right now. So the only real question left is, which future are you going to build? And what's the very first step you're going to take today to start building it?